with some Off-Mandrel work. This is my cute little petite implosion Murrini Rose Off-Mandrel Pendant. Yeah, that's a good name. So for our materials today, I have a little bit of Rose Murrini left that I made. Now you guys can purchase Rose Murrini off of Etsy, or you can purchase my Rose Murrini tutorial and make your own Rose Murrini, and that is also on Etsy. So I'll leave you a link in the description. I also have a couple of clear rods. This is not Creation Messy. This is a Fetre Super Clear. I have my 1/8 inch mandrel because we're going to use that to do our Murrini implosion. I have an encased cane. This is just an olive green encased with clear. That's going to be the stem. And I pulled a little bit of leaf cane here that we're going to use to make the rose leaves. And that's pretty much all you need. So I have my 1/8 inch mandrel heating up. Got a nice gather of clear. And the first loop of clear is going around the edge of that mandrel. And the second loop of clear is going in the center, kind of beside the first loop, kind of to the right of the first loop. And then I'm going to put one more loop to the right of that one. And I'm trying to give myself a nice top or a nice area here of extra glass, because I found that with this particular bead, having extra glass to work with is really handy. I got a little marver here just to help with the shaping, but you can see a nice clean clear area here from the edge of the mandrel. And so now let's go ahead and make a few discs. On the very edge, on the very right, giving myself a little bulb at the top of this implosion, so we have some extra glass if we want to do a little bit of sculpting at the end. Kind of helps. All right, I have about 3 wraps of a little disc here on my mandrel. And I'm going to just go ahead and flatten it out a bit so that we have a flat surface to put our Murrini on. Okay, I forgot to say that you need some tweezers for this, but those of you who have worked with Murrini know full well that you need some tweezers. So now I'm just heating up my Murrini and keeping my disc kind of warm. And I'm going to heat up the center of that disc and heat up my Murrini and hopefully put it down in the center. Oh my God, I actually got it. Yay! Okay, my Murrini is in the center, as you can hopefully see. And now I am going to go ahead and just kind of start the implosion. I may put some more loop-de-loops on the outer edge here so it'll flop down. My Murrini, I think it's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 millimeters, which may be a little too thick. So don't be afraid to use thinly cut Murrini for this. There we go. All right, now I'm starting my implosion. And I'm just aiming the flame on the outside of the disc. Hopefully you guys can see that. Oops, sorry. And my disc is starting to droop, which is good. And you know what? I think what I'm going to do is also press down that Murrini, kind of encouraging it to implode. Little teeny tiny presses on the marver will encourage it to implode. And next, now that it's flat, that the disc is the same diameter as the Murrini and everything is flat, I'm going to go ahead and just do some brush strokes outwards from the rose, kind of to the edge there. And these are just little leaves coming off of the rose. And I'm just doing little brush strokes. Okay, let's go ahead and do some more implosions. Just on the edge, letting that clear glass start to drip down and form a cone, which is hard because my camera's in the way. But there we go, it's starting. Okay, once we get to about here, not all the way imploded, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to insert my stalk. So I have that encased cane, and I'm just going to put a little bulb on it and poke it into the center of that rose. Just give it a little poke, and then you want to just burn it off, probably about, I don't know, a centimeter or so. You can burn it off, and then take your second clear, and we're going to now encase that stalk. And this will start giving us that teardrop shape on our pendant. So just go around the edge there. It's hard because the stalk is very thin and the glass is very hot. But I'm just going in and filling in around where that stalk is. Just like so. Now, I want to put some more leaves on. So, I'm going to take my leaf cane and coming off the stalk, I'm going to do some more little brush strokes. Not many. I'm trying to get them in between the other leaves, so it looks like there's a lot of leaves on it. All right, now we're starting our implosions, and I'm going to put one final wrap of clear around the new leaves that we just laid down. So right about there, I'm going to cover them up with clear. Smudged one, dang it. Let's just put some loop-de-loops on our glass, covering up the end of that stalk and also covering up the new leaves we just put down. And I'm just kind of putting in just a little bit of glass in kind of a teardrop shape, making my coils like smaller and smaller. All right, there we go. Now we can go ahead and do our final shape. And it's already pretty much teardrop shape, see? But you can always implode it just a little more till you get the shape you like, and I like that shape. I think it looks more like a strawberry than it does a teardrop, but that's okay. Now we got to get rid of our mandrel, so take your clear and just go ahead and poke it on the end of your teardrop. It doesn't have to be a big giant connection, just enough to hold on to it. And now I'm starting to heat up that mandrel. I'm going to get it nice and hot, and hopefully it'll release from our rose without too much schmutz. And you really want to try hard not to distort your rose. So there we go. That mandrel goes into my water. Oh wow, this is going to come out so great. Okay, so one thing I want you guys to notice is that it's a little bit on the lopsided part here, and I actually want that because I did this, ask me how I know. I don't want my handle here for my pendant to cover up the rose. I made this great rose the other day, and then the pendant, like, it was totally covered up by the little hook I'm gonna make. All right, I got my second rod of clear here. We're gonna go ahead and put the back on it. So right there at that hump, right here, I'm gonna do a dot. Wait. And then I'm gonna take the flame and I'm going to kind of, not where the dot is, but kind of far away from the dot. Oh, I'm not good at this, especially on camera. And make a loop. The ugliest loop you ever did see. And then you gotta go in, find your hole, and just kind of encourage that little handle to come out. And if you have to use tools to do it, whatever it takes. There we go. Maybe swoosh in the side here a little bit, make sure it's good and connected. Give yourself a big enough hole that you can fit a little chain through it, because this is a pendant. And then I'm going to go ahead and just torch down all of this stuff here. Okay, so now that I got that, I am going to take my tweezers, hold on to the hole part, and we're going to release the other side where that clear rod is. And I like to kind of pull it. Ooh, hold on to it though, good. Oops, caca. And then that happens, but don't panic. Just pick it up with your tweezers and go ahead and shape it. Shape the very tippy tip of it however you like a teardrop. Okay, into the kiln like this. There you go, you guys. I hope you liked it. Sorry about my fumbling and stumbling, but once it gets kiln annealed, it's going to come out great. Have a good day, everyone. I will see ya.